Welcome back, everybody, to the A-Gap podcast. The podcast that you can go hang out with your mom and get wine drunk with. It's the best time. Welcome back. We're on short rest. We're back. We did last Thursday. Now we're here on a Tuesday. Just giving you guys the content that you need to get through the week. Speaking of weeks, how was your guys' week? Did you do anything fun?
It was fight weekend.
Hell yeah.
So we were doing a lot of chilling, just staying around the house, at least around here. Had some of the boys over, but kind of low key for us.
Who'd you fight?
Any and all takers.
Anybody that's trying to catch these hands.
Bro.
As long as you didn't break your ankle, I think you're okay.
Oh, too relevant.
Too soon? Too soon?
Hey. No, I said relevant.
All right.
But it was yeah. I don't know. What about you, Tom? What'd you do this weekend?
I worked a lot. It was good times. After my 7 days off, there's a comeuppance there where you gotta work after that. But besides working, just it felt like the perfect weekend of all the sports things kind of happening at once. So there was something interesting to watch every single night. You know, every time I come home and Amber's like, "What should we do tonight?" I'm like, "Well, there's sports on." You know,
there's always sports.
What every girlfriend wants to hear.
Exactly.
Well, there's sports on.
There's sports on. You know, so I may have watched some sporting events in the office. You know, maybe take myself out of there so I don't take up the whole TV watching the fucking home run derby. You know.
Exactly. As long
Such
as you
a good
didn't
manager.
As long as you didn't ruin people's schedules, I think you're in the clear. I think you're okay.
Exactly. No one needs to know. Maybe it's on and the TV's in the background, but whatever. No one noticed it.
Exactly. It's background noise. That's like I always try to explain to Camille. I'm like, she watches reality TV when she works, and like that's her background noise. My background noise is sports. I'll have sports on. I'll be working, doing stuff. It's the perfect noise to just kind of cancel out everything else. All those bad thoughts that you don't want to have while you're working.
Can't let the darkness in. And when I'm watching,
Yeah.
fucking Australian lacrosse at 12 p.m., it really helps keep them away.
Yeah,
You're just
exactly.
smiling and just profusely sweating. Just
Exactly.
trying to not let it creep in. Don't let him creep in.
Don't let them creep in. It's all good.
Just like me right now, just sweaty sitting here talking about sports.
Yeah.
It's the best.
At least it's not 114. That was another thing about this weekend.
Yeah.
Is that it was
fuck.
it was crazy hot around here. I didn't leave my house.
It was unbearable. It was
Yeah,
unbearable.
114 on Saturday. That was there was no way. My dogs literally stepped outside, came right back inside, didn't want anything to do with it. It was just
Like, nope, we're shitting inside. Sorry.
exactly. It's
Sorry,
uninteresting.
Dad.
But
Yeah.
I don't want to spoil anything, but Colby, I know you have a good ass weekend story to tell.
I don't know if it's a good story. I mean, I did something that I've
Interesting
never
is a
done
better
before.
word.
Yeah, I've done something that I've never done before. So I went to a musical theater performance at a brewery. So it was actually really cool. So it's a local performance theater here. They, during COVID, essentially lost their theater. So they have now had to kind of adapt and figure out what to do. So they made buddies with this local brewery, and it's really cool. It's like right outside in the parking lot. They have kind of a stage set up, a little curtain. They bring out their own lights. The one thing I was shocked by is I could not hear a generator sound anywhere. So I assume they just stole power from the brewery. But it was a really good show. It was the name of the show is slipping my mind. If there's any musical theater nerds out there listening to the podcast,
I doubt it.
It was a show essentially about German youths who are like learning in how to come into puberty, into life, experiencing sexuality, experiencing new relationships, experiencing it's musical theater, so it gets a little dark. There was a little bit of abuse involved. However, I do want to say the cast did a phenomenal job. It was beautiful. I really enjoyed myself. No True Grit. It was not The Sound of Music, but that is very close. Very close. Good guess. Good guess.
Oh, Sound of Music. I've seen this one.
I love that.
Yeah. Hitler Youth on Ice. No, it was also not that.
German youths, you can see the confusion here.
I love. Hey, the chat's coming out hot today. We love to see it. But it was a really good time. You could go into the brewery, get a beer, come out, watch a show. Brought your own lawn chairs. It was a blast. I really enjoyed myself. I enjoy seeing musical theater. It's not something I would go out to seek, but when I'm brought to it, I really enjoy it. There's something about seeing somebody perform live, singing, acting in front of you. It has a different impact than like seeing a movie. So I really enjoyed it.
Prost.
Prost. Absolutely. Cheers. Hey, chat.
Cheers
Drink them if you got them.
Prost. Nazdrovi.
Matt, what'd you do? You've been silent this whole time.
Yeah, I had to escape all the shenanigans. Too much good sports. It's been really hot here too. Not 114 hot, but pretty hot. Went up into the mountains, went to some beautiful waterfalls, and then, hung out, drank some beers, just really lost myself in the zen of nature. And then I came home and got right back into the muck and mire, beer sticks, UFC fight night. Got right back into it.
That's like the polar
I just
opposite
needed
of
like
the Zen.
a couple hours of a break.
It's the yin and yang,
It's all
right?
you need,
Yeah.
Life's all about balance, right? That's what I
That's
keep
right.
hearing.
That's right.
Can confirm that those canyons are super therapeutic. I mean, the hills out there are just beautiful, dude. That's awesome.
Were the hills alive with the Sound of Music?
You could say so.
Ooh.
Actually, there's a lot of smoke in them from all the fires going on. So,
Ooh,
Oh.
yikes!
prayers
I thought
out
you.
to
Live
Oregon,
other
Washington,
things.
California.
I was
I
gonna
was
say I
gonna
thought
say,
you moved
our
out
fault.
of California.
Yeah,
That's
they
our
get
thing,
trapped
dude.
in our valley.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh,
Utah people always taking
Thanks
our
a
shit.
lot.
that Salt Lake City basin, dude.
Yeah.
Real low.
We're sorry.
We're sorry.
We're
Whoops.
sorry.
Dude, we're hella sorry, honestly. Really.
We're hella sorry.
Freaking hella sorry, dude.
Fucking sucks, dude.
Hella sorry, bro.
Dude, over here we got the jet stream, blows that shit right over to you, dude.
Delta's gonna take it right on out of here, bro.
Stay safe out there, man.
Absolutely, we'll do. Well, speaking of, I don't know, this is a terrible segue, the jet stream and just the country in general, the MLB All-Star Game is happening right now, which I'm not sure exactly what the score is. Last time I checked, it was 5-2.
5-2, bottom 9, no outs. Last 3 outs for the National League.
So National League just sucks, apparently, right?
Yeah. Well, I think Matt did a little research on this one. If you want to throw that up.
I did.
Ooh.
So this will be. So in the 20 years since 2000, the National League is 3-16-1. Looks like they're about to be 3-17-1 since 2000. So more like the Trashional League. Am I right?
Hey,
am I right?
Hey,
So,
all right.
Hopefully we get better. That pisses me off. But the Derby was pretty unreal.
Absolutely.
Any of you guys watched it, but
absolutely,
it's pretty great. Your thoughts?
Yeah, Pete Alonso was like a fucking rock star up there, dude. Like he had a different energy than I've really seen any home run derby, and it's like he just kind of knew he was gonna win. I don't know, just the rock and the roll. He was so loose when he was out there. And infinite confidence created some unreal home runs for that guy.
It was so cool.
Back to back.
He did the timeout just to get the crowd into it. He didn't need it at
So
all.
sick. So sick.
Yeah, he looked behind him and got the people going, you know?
I feel like he didn't practice like all year. He just like practiced home run derby. He's like,
yeah, isn't he having a rough
I know what
season?
my focus is. He's been better lately, but yeah, a little bit.
Well, he is the greatest power hitter of all time.
Ohtani, that was awesome. I think the whole crowd in Denver wanted Ohtani to win.
Of course.
100%.
But I think he had like a couple home runs before he hit his timeout, and then he tied up Soto. Then they went to double OT in the first round. So it was short-lived, but it was pretty electric with him.
I was watching some interviews today that were saying that some of the crowd was leaving after Ohtani was out.
Yeah,
like, there was people there specifically for him. And then once he was gone, like they're like, okay, we're done.
Wow, that's crazy.
But Juan Soto was clutch as fuck. He went 3 for 3 in the final. He had a 520-foot bomb.
That was sick.
That's so cool.
520. That would have hit the glove in AT&T Park.
It would have gone over it. Yeah.
Yeah, it probably would have gone over.
Yeah,
That's insane.
Cleared it.
Nobody's ever hit it, and it's crazy that it is possible if you're at mile high. But
I
still,
think Stanton hit it in BP.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fucking cool.
Crazy.
He was like aiming for it. I'm sure
He was like right in front of it. Yeah, for sure.
That's so fucking cool.
And then Trey Mancini made it to the finals. That was super cool. He just came alive with his short little swing, just railing him. He hit like 22 in the final round.
It's crazy.
And then it was like, he might actually win this thing. Then bad boy Pete Alonso comes in.
Bad boy.
someone
tweeted
that
John, is that what you go?
Well, yeah.
Someone tweeted
more
he's
so,
basically the bad guy in a baseball movie.
Yeah,
like,
he
like
hits
Dennis
it like
Quaid's
a bad guy.
40-year-old pitcher guy is like trying to pitch to his wham.
I think he would need like a big chaw that he keeps spitting the whole at bat. Yeah, you know, in slow mo.
Like,
you know,
who's the bad guy in Rookie of the Year?
Yes,
exactly.
Yes. Yeah, I think he was on the Rockies as well, which is actually kind of funny. Oh, so True Grit actually asked. This is something I wanted to ask you guys. Do they grease the balls, or did they bring back the juice ball from last year for the Derby?
I think they do.
They did. No humidor. They didn't use a humidor in Denver. So
really?
They I accidentally watched the StatCast version of the Derby for the first like hour, and I was like, what the fuck is going on? There's so many screens.
It was crazy.
It was so ridiculous. And they kept fucking up the graphics and stuff. But they were like doing the math, like, oh, the humidor adds an extra 20 feet of lift, and then it's also slightly harder. So -5 equals fucking. And I was like, all right.
Fucking nerds, dude.
Then I realized I wasn't watching the main version of it, and I was like, okay, it makes a little more sense.
Okay.
Is that what happened? I was watching that the whole time. I was like, this sucks.
Yeah, there was like 3 different camera frames and then boxes of information, and then they were like saying the distance of every single homer while still showing the last homer, and it was like way too much.
That ball has a net adjustment of 42 feet on it.
Yeah, he like grounds out, and they're like, it was an 86 mile per hour velocity out of the. It's like,
where my baseball gone?
Yeah, right. Can't we just like throw in a lip and throw the ball and hit the ball? Why do we need all these
numbers,
chew on the
field now,
dude?
Colby, we can't even chew on the field now, dude. Can't even
Don't
show
worry.
it.
Even the standard version of the home run derby was pretty cringy with the interviews they were doing and the shit they were talking about. Like, I don't know. I thought it was like, it's pretty cheeky. the game, the home run derby itself was fun to me, but the whole ESPN theatrics of the whole thing, just like any event like this, gets old. But
Yeah,
That's what ESPN does.
Of course.
Like, remember, like when your grandpa died? How's that going to influence you for this home run derby? Like, Jesus, man.
A little
Spivey,
heavy there.
yeah, right. Spivey made a good point. He misses Boomer calling the derby.
That
I
was-
100%
oh,
agree.
yeah.
Yes. Oh my god. Because it was like the only baseball thing he did all year. He used to do like Sunday night, but then he only did NFL, but he would always come back for the derby. I think we're all there with you, Spivey. We miss him. They got to bring him back. Can we like wheel him out at some point just for the derby? Because he'll be on NFL Live, and that's when we're gonna start kicking things off. But
Shohei Ohtani.
yeah.
That I would love. That's the version I want to see.
That's what we need.
It's what we need. It's what we fucking need.
Just
Well,
made me spit my water out, Matt. Come on, man.
Oh.
Come on, bro.
what do you got,
National
Tom?
League staying alive. National League staying alive with 2 outs.
How
Where
so?
are we at?
They're down by 3 runs.
Okay.
They got a guy on second though, but they got a leadoff single with the catcher for the Brewers. I don't know how that guy's an all-star, but then they put the fucking steal sign on, I guess, because he got called out. He got thrown out, and it's like they need 3 runs, and they're having the catcher steal.
All right. Well,
They're just trying to go
Baseball
home.
game.
how are
Baseball.
how are
Speaking
the
of staying
Giants
alive? Oh,
Hey.
sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say how are the Giants in the All-Star game doing?
Not
we get-
I think
well.
the only one that played was Crawford.
Mhm.
Did he get an AB?
Really?
He got an at bat. I saw he.
I think he
flew back.
grounded out.
He hit a long fly ball to second base.
Wonderful. So
Oh,
no
on the
Posey, no
second
Posey, no Goss Boss.
No,
Yeah, where's
Po-
Gossman, dude?
Posey's on IL and Gossman pitched on Saturday. And
Yeah.
He's pitching again
Oh,
the
that's
first
it.
game back, so I'm good with it.
All
I
right,
am
all right,
too.
All right.
I don't need
guess
to get like a
Tyler
bad.
Rogers'
Corbin
brother
Burns got
pitched.
fucking
There's
wrecked by
that.
Vlad Jr., so we don't need that.
No.
Real.
We got the best record in the league, so who gives a fuck about this little fucking game that doesn't matter?
Yes, Presidents.
Well,
Yeah, no, I'm
it's-
cool. I'm cool with us not pitching in the All-Star game. I'm cool with us just Crawford got an at bat. He gets one more All-Star
there
game,
it
which is
Yeah,
cool.
There it is.
Sorry, we're not
Um,
playing in the All-Star game. We're too busy winning.
Oh, all right. So,
Winning.
so for all you auditory listeners, this might be a little weird, but one of the guys in the chat, Spivey Special Podcast, just accrued enough Twitch points,
Oh.
if you know what that is, to make us
You have
dab.
to.
No, all of us are doing this together.
Does it say the A gap?
It does say make
Twitch
me
stream?
dab, but I'm just gonna count 1, 2, 3, and if you don't do it, you're a bitch. So 1, 2, 3. Whop! Let's go. All right, we all just fucking dabbed for everybody, for all you auditory listeners. I bet that was thrilling. But
That was so 5 years ago,
Absolutely.
yeah, I know.
Blast from the past.
Dude, that's when I was trying to be cool on Twitch and do anything to get viewers.
I
so.
totally thought that was you doing a different type of dab, but we're gonna move on. from
No,
this.
that's another stream. That's
what I was excited
yeah.
for. I was
That's
like, oh, what?
that's for the Patreon supporters once we get there.
There we go.
Watch me take a dab and go straight to bed.
Yeah. Have an anxiety attack on camera and then go to
It'd be fun. It'd be fun.
bed. Well, Spivey, I'm glad you enjoyed that dab. So, All-Star game, obviously National League, bummer, but at least
Always.
the Derby was electric. I'm going to throw this out there. I don't think anybody watched this. Did anybody catch the Celebrity All-Star or Celebrity
Softball game.
game? Yeah, excuse
No,
me.
I know Jenny Finch was holding it down like always, but that's
Always.
about all I
Why
saw.
do they even bring her there? It's honestly unfair.
Yeah, get somebody new. She's gonna just strike out everybody.
Yeah, it's not fun. I did see that DK Metcalf whiffed on a pitch, like
sounds about
extremely
right.
bad. Yeah, so
How's his
Was
form?
Billy Crystal there?
I hope so. He usually
Billy
shows
Crystal
up.
did a narration. He had some role. I know he did like the narration leading up to the home run derby.
Ooh.
So that's just what he does. And he's promoting the new Monsters Inc. show
Wait, they're doing a show?
only on Disney Plus
Oh, of course. Once again, if you guys can get us a login, that'd be great.
for anything. Like
Who
we'll
all
take
was
it.
there? JoJo Siwa. Oh God, I'm glad I missed this.
Yeah, it seems a little rough.
That's when we're getting old, when you start to not recognize celebrities. They're like, oh, this new TikTok star. You're like, who? Who?
I mean, I know who JoJo is. It's just.
Is that the blonde young girl that's like weird as fuck?
Just smiley and dances all the time? Yeah, it's a little much.
She looks like if
a little much.
If all the Lisa Frank, remember the Lisa Frank stuff?
A lot.
If they just Lisa Frank made a human, it would be JoJo, right?
She had a YouTube channel. It's like a super tight ponytail that she always has. There's I know her through because Jess watches Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
Jess watches. Exactly.
What am I gonna do, gentlemen? I'm open to suggestions. But it's
just and you watch it totally. Yeah.
This is what happens, man.
It's entertaining.
I'm watching The Bachelorette. I get it.
Hey, I just watched.
I'm fully sucked in, and I love it.
Happy wife, happy life. And honestly, I prefer Real Housewives, but I'll watch Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
Yeah.
You see, you should start watching Basketball Wives, so it's kind of like intertwined a little bit, little reality, little sport.
If I could get Jess to do that, that would be the thing. Because I'm not gonna go out there and watch it on my own.
Of course,
like not. my reality is like the Last Chance U and all that stuff. I love that stuff. Last Chance U is one of my favorites. But
Same.
But yeah.
All I remember from Last Chance U was like the first couple, like 2 seasons were good, and then they went to third season, a new coach who was downright verbally abusive to his teammates.
Oh hell yeah!
It was insane. But I don't know. Great show. Check it out. Netflix, give us a sponsorship. So that was MLB talk. Has anybody been watching the NBA Finals? Anybody? Bueller?
I missed the last game.
I've missed almost all of them. I'll be honest.
I'll turn my camera off now.
Bye, Matt.
All right, Tom. What do you got? Hot takes for the NBA Finals. True Grit's been watching them too.
Yeah, dude, you guys are missing this. This is one of the most interesting finals ever. It's not the fucking classic, guys. You've got your Suns and you got your Bucks, and in the last game, Giannis just exerted his fucking will on the game, dude. Ooh. Fucking getting Aiden into foul trouble early, dude. He had to sit out. Booker couldn't hit a shot for the first half, and then they pulled him and had him sit down so he could think about how much he sucked in that game. I don't know, dude. And then he sat down, and Monty Williams was talking to him for a while, making him feel better. But then they're like, oh, he's just resting because they're getting blown out. And it's like the third fucking quarter. And it's like, okay. So Chris Paul still played well, but Giannis was the guy. He became part of an elite group that has 40, 15, and 5 or something in a finals game with Shaq, LeBron, Giannis. That's it. So Giannis is the whole series kind of, every single game matters a lot. But right now, this is either going to turn into the Giannis series where Giannis becomes a superstar and joins the Pantheon if he can pull off this big win, especially coming back from 2-0 like he's done in every series, basically. So I would love to see Giannis. I know you guys are all Suns people here, Suns and 4 guys, but I think Giannis has got way more heart out there. He's fucking looking great. He is unstoppable, and he plays great defense along the way.
All on a wounded knee?
Absolutely.
Wow.
Looking less and less hurt every day.
It was supposed to be career ending too, according to Giannis. So
wait, really?
Ooh, shade.
Did he really say that?
Jade.
No, it was one of those things where it was like when the medical team came out and everything. It's just pitching that narrative of oh man, he could have been out for the rest of the playoffs. This could have been it for him. And then look at all the work. It's like, okay.
LeBron
is this close to amputating his leg.
I'm just I'm like, okay, I get it. He's really good. We want to see him. We want him in the finals. I get it. But come on. Just get him back in there.
He almost died out there.
Yeah, well, I should be,
his heart
more
stopped.
Grateful. I should thank him for his service. That's honestly what
he literally was dead.
He's literally dead.
They brought him back.
Well, I mean, you're Tom. You are in line with the chat. Spivey is saying that Giannis is slowly turning into a prime Shaq right before our eyes. True Grit is saying that he's been exerting the fuck out of himself for 3 games now. And True Grit also is now saying if the Bucks don't win, all-time finals performance wasted. Prefer the Suns too. However, this is a good basketball series all around.
It's a great basketball series. Check it out. We're about to, like they always say, every podcast and everything I've listened to is the series doesn't start till a home team loses. And right now, the home team is not lost yet. So
Very true.
Don't
Very
worry,
true.
guys. You're not too far behind. So.
All right, I would say that was a very good elevator pitch. I'm gonna probably tune in.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be busy for the next
Tomorrow.
couple of weeks,
Game
but
for tomorrow.
tomorrow, all right, I'll be there.
Mhm.
I'll be there. I'll tune in.
I'll be there.
Yeah, I'm gonna be
Yeah, I'll be there. I'm flying to Milwaukee actually right after we film, taking a red eye.
Yeah, I'm gonna be there.
I'm gonna be there. Is that you're just gonna? I'm gonna be there.
Up and over. Matt hit
Roger
it first,
says,
and
"I'm
so I
gonna
had
be
to
there one
fill
more
in.
time. I'm gonna beat my ass through the doors."
Well, all right. Good elevator pitch on the finals. There's obviously a lot of other basketball going on right now, more specifically Team USA. Obviously, in the last week, they've had 2 losses. Their first 2 games, they lost to Nigeria. They lost to Australia. However, today they showed up and beat Argentina. I think John was telling me that all the starters were in double digits today, which was impressive.
Fire pop.
Oh, Fire Pop says Spivey. Oh, no. And then True Grit saying Bucks need Middleton and Holiday to show up if they want to keep winning. Very true. Very true.
100%.
Honestly,
I was gonna bring that up.
Maybe Team USA needs them too, honestly.
Well, so
Yeah.
that's what Team USA is getting. Team USA literally, after the finals is done, they get Chris Middleton, they get Drew Holiday, they get Devin Booker.
Oh,
So that's
shit.
three. That's 3 great players that they get right off the bat. There was a lot of.
They still should be good.
But there was a lot of reports. But also get this, like they are still relatively new to each other. A lot of them have not played together. You do have a luxury of like Draymond and KD have played together, and then obviously they've played together in like Drew League games and stuff like that. But once you get into a system and Pop has to teach them his whatever system he wants to run for the tournament, it takes a minute for everybody to get that, synchronicity and start to fire on all cylinders. And we saw a lot more of that today. We saw it early that they were missing passes and there was some miscommunication going on, but you saw Durant develop this stroke early. They got Lillard involved early as well, and everybody was kind of getting the ball. Everybody was getting theirs. Like I said, the whole starting 5 was in double digits. It was good to watch, but I think they have, how many more games do they have? They have 4 more exhibition games.
I think so in Vegas.
Yeah,
I'm not
they
sure.
have 4 more games to develop some kind of flow. I think we'll be all right. And you get names like Holiday, Middleton, and Booker. I think we're okay.
Very true.
Oh, I'm gonna jump in and echo what Spivey Special's throwing out there. 100% the clips I saw was like Kevin Love just throwing a shot up from the 3-point line, and like a guy tapped him, and then he flung himself to the floor. And then they're all looking around like, "What the fuck, man? What the fuck?" And then the same thing, Tatum like threw a fucking shot that doesn't even look like a basketball shot in the air, and was just expecting a foul call on it too.
Oh yeah,
That's a lot of what happened in those first 2 games.
and it's
But,
yeah.
You get the opposite though. You get to watch Bam Adebayo just get up and be able to body people. He gets to be a big body. He just
True.
doesn't use his hands
Very true.
anymore. He just gets
Once
to be
they
big and
figure it out.
athletic. It's
Absolutely.
it's a rule adjustment because there's FIBA and then there's NBA. There's 2 totally different sets of rules. And because players take advantage of the rules in the NBA right now and have to readjust to FIBA rules, I hate it. I hate NBA rules. I really do.
I was
enjoy
gonna say
FIBA
the same
rules.
thing. Yep.
I love FIBA rules.
It's so sick.
Yeah, it's a lot better. It's just, I don't know. It's basketball the way I think everybody remembers it.
And the games are fast. It's like they're like, let's get in 2 hours max. We're gonna play this game. Not a lot of foul calls. It's physical. It, like you were saying, it brings you back to an era 20 years ago where people are allowed to foul. People aren't trying to use like fouls and the rules as an advantage in their game. They're just playing fundamental basketball.
And I got lucky today because I watched them versus Argentina. I don't have the hurt right now of having watched them lose to Nigeria, lose to Australia. I'm only on the up right now where I'm just like, okay, cool. I saw good basketball today. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
We get Australia on Friday, so now we get a rematch and we get to kind of see where we're at.
Matthew Dellavedova is still going to play though, so obviously US is going to lose.
No, we're fucked.
It's pretty good.
We're fucked. Joe
Dude.
Ingles, dude, are you kidding
Joe
me?
Ingles,
The
dude.
sniper. Huh? What are you gonna do, eh?
They
Huh?
need Ben Simmons.
They do.
They need him.
Shit.
They need Ben Simmons.
That's the first team that
Their
I've
free
heard
throw
say that
percentage is
all
too high.
Heard an interesting take about trading CJ to the Sixers for Ben McCollum because
Yeah.
Portland needs defense and Philly needs shooting.
Ben
Yeah.
McCollum.
I heard that too. I
Ben
heard that too.
McCall's-
Love
I heard
Freudian
that
slip.
too.
CJ.
Yeah.
Colby,
Yeah.
remember Ben McCollum? Dude?
Yeah,
I
dude.
said
Yeah.
CJ.
You mean Ben McLemore, Tom?
Yeah, there you go.
Hell yeah. What an athlete.
What an athlete that guy was.
What an athlete.
Hey,
What is
True
he-
Grit.
I've heard the same thing. I've heard like both fan bases are kind of tired of each respective player, so why not just give me the old swapperoo? I think any Kings fans hope of getting Ben Simmons will not happen.
Yeah, I think
It's
it's highly
not.
Do
likely.
Kings
I
fans
saw a
hope for
tweet
Ben?
that said like Kings
Yeah,
fans,
actually.
your buddy Bagley Barnes and a pick trade is not that sexy.
It's not. It's
No, it's
really
not.
not. No. Because the contracts involved are shit entirely. But also 76ers fans have been like drooling over Buddy Hield all of last season. And so now
True.
it's like they were
But
literally
not for their all-star play.
I guess
not for
that's
Ben
fair. That
Simmons.
is probably fair.
It's like, yeah,
That's
maybe
fair.
for free.
Maybe for a second
Exactly.
rounder, yeah,
For
second
a
round
second
pick.
rounder, yeah,
Sure,
hell yeah.
sure. Yeah, a second round pick to a lottery team doesn't mean that much.
Ben could flourish under Luke Walton. True Grit.
I
Fucking,
love
what's
that.
your Twitter, dude? I want to follow you.
I
dude.
love
Yeah.
that,
Yo.
dude. Honestly, he
I love
really
the
could though.
optimism.
Hey, if you put you got okay, we're now just going into Kings talk now. But
Send
you
it.
got
Go for it.
I
you
really
got
didn't want to
Fox.
get into it. There's some fucking
No, here-
gnarly dumb shit out
There's
there.
a lot of dumb dude. Kings fans honestly are the most ludicrous fans in the offseason because we're so bad that we try to create these scenarios where we get great players, great free agents for nothing because we value our players. We're like, "Oh, they're such good guys. They do a lot for the community." But honestly, on the basketball court, they're not that great. And they're not that great in a good system team. So it's so funny to watch Kings
And
Twitter
especially
in the
with the
offseason.
contract
It's
of
so
like a Buddy
funny.
Hield. Like
Yeah, no one's
it's
gonna
kind
take
of
that.
like Jimmy Garoppolo. Like no, like I would take the player, but not the player and his shitty contract.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
So what's here's the consistent thing, right? Everyone's like, obviously the two untouchables are Hallie and Fox.
Yeah.
There's been so much trade talk, and everyone has their different trade idea and everything. I want a critical thought and your guys' actual opinion. Does it necessarily make sense to build around two great facilitators of the guard position?
Damn good
Stephen
question.
Clay.
Yeah.
Stephen
Great example.
Clay.
Those are
Great
scorers,
example.
though. Those two are scorers, though.
Huh?
De'Aaron
They're
Fox.
facilitators,
De'Aaron
too.
Fox averaged like 29 points a game.
Those
No,
are
I'm saying
also
Steph and
two
Clay
of
are
the
fucking
greatest
three-point-
three-point shooters of
Of
all
all-
time.
Very true.
But Hallie and Fox are like, everyone out there is looking for a point guard, right? The fucking Knicks, the Pelicans, the fucking
Who else would be
76ers. That's why Fox is brought up in every one of these discussions because they're like, they're
He's
a point guard
stupid.
away from winning the whole thing. And the Kings have two high prospects at the point guard position in a way. I don't want it. I want Hallie and Fox to stay, and I want us to build around them 110%. But that's why all the trade talks out there is everyone wants a point guard. Kings are a quote unquote either rebuilding, retooling franchise, and they've got two point guards, basically like high, upside point guards.
Right.
So you keep
Just a
one,
question I
right?
want to throw out there.
So you keep one, right? Or are you
Yep.
saying get rid of both?
Nope, keep one for sure.
So
I say
who would
I
you
want to keep them
choose
both,
first?
dude. I really want to keep them both, but yeah,
Who would you choose?
fuck Fox. It has to be. But
I
again,
don't
here's
know,
the thing:
dude.
if we're getting Ben Simmons,
If you had to choose one,
If you
If
had to
I
get
had
rid
to
of
choose
it would
one,
be Fox.
It would
Yeah.
be Fox, but it's like so me. I'm like, but Halliburton. It's like it's the whole potential thing, right? Like Halliburton's potential could
the
go.
future.
His ceiling could be higher than Fox. We don't know yet. It's his rookie
Totally.
season. Spivey just said keep Halliburton. Oh, True Grit said, I'm sure Uncle Vladdy will make the right choice.
True
Well,
Grit
good-
in 2015. Like I don't
Yeah.
know. I love his energy.
Good thing we
Keep
still
it up.
have good thing we have Monty McNair. However, I think if I had to pick, that's a tough fucking choice.
Okay, so here's a trade.
Okay.
Here's a trade that I saw.
Okay.
This is the let's keep Halliburton and build around him trade. We trade De'Aaron Fox to the Pelicans for two shitty contracts in Adams and Bledsoe.
Why?
Fuck
You
that.
already have
Wait,
me
wait,
off.
wait.
Okay,
It's not
continue,
over. We still
continue,
get
continue.
Jackson Hayes and one other young player off the Pelicans and 3 first-round picks from the Pelicans for De'Aaron Fox. 4 players, 2 shit contracts that are just get part of the deal, 2 young players that could have upside, and then 3 first-round picks. And then you take those players, you take those picks, and you build around Halliburton. Would you do it?
I would say, spoken as a true Kings fan, seeing their quote unquote, once again, potential, because as Kings fans, that's all we have to look forward to. Seeing what we can do, and we can beat good teams, and then we lose the shitty teams. We play to our opponent. I keep thinking we can make the playoffs with this team and a couple extra additions.
100%.
But if you get rid of Fox and Halliburton, I feel like you lose that, and then you're rebuilding for another 2, 3, 4, 5 years. The fan base would literally turn on its head, and the team will move to Vegas. Like it's something that they will lose faith in the team.
But if we sign another like middle of the road player that's like a kind of an upgrade, or we trade away another like middle of the road kind of a good player, like the Kings have a bunch of like pretty good players, but no one that's like great. If we never get that great guy and we keep signing halfway shitty guys or people like that, it wouldn't that piss off the franchise as well? And then we wait for De'Aaron Fox to request a trade in 2 years, you know, like
I think the fan base would rather build around what we have now and try that for 2 or 3 more years and then start the rebuild. If you started the rebuild this season and just like traded Fox and just got picks, I really think the fan base would
be pissed.
Especially
because
it's like it's what we've been doing for the last 15 years. Like it's at a certain point where we need results now, or else the entire city will freak out. What
are those results? Are they winning,
making the playoffs
finals, or is it just making playoffs?
Just making the playoffs.
That's what I'm saying. It's just
we're gonna be
dancing
in Doko, dude. If we can fucking get
we haven't made playoffs since 2006.
Yeah.
Yikes.
I guess teams like the Suns, I mean, they have a ton of young studs for sure, but gives you hope that it's not always going to be just like a superpower mega team that's going to make it every year.
The Suns also
has kind of flipped that on its head a little bit, at least, and given us hope.
Yep.
The Suns hit on all their first round picks too. Fucking Mikal Bridges, fucking Cam Johnson. Yeah.
Which also the Kings could have gotten all of them.
100%.
Yeah, I saw that John Trugett. Fuck it, blow up and build around Whiteside.
I'm about it. I love.
Like
honestly, I love Hassan Whiteside. He's a great guy, fun on social media. On the court, his era is over. Like the era of the slow big is.
I remember when we signed Whiteside, everyone's like, man, how do we get this guy on a veteran minimum deal? All the Kings fans are like, what the fuck? How do we pull this off? And now I get it. I get it now.
I get it.
Totally get it.
Oh, it makes sense.
Removed. Yeah, I get it.
He does get his. Hey, man, he gets his. Yes, he does. He gets his rebounds. He gets like 2 or 3 block shots. And then he sets like 6 lazy screens a game. That's him getting his.
I was going to say, what, 5 minutes, 6 lazy screens, and
yikes.
2 times up and down the court.
Yeah.
Kind of dragging ass. Like, I don't know.
I will say Oh, go for it, Tom.
I was going to say, do we throw the bag at John Collins? Try and go for that guy?
Ooh.
I think he would be. He's what we want Bagley to be. He's what Collins is what Bagley thinks he is.
Yes. Yeah, totally. Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think coming back to your question from before, like guards in the league, it is a guard heavy league now. Like there are few and far like great bigs and great fours. It's a lot of guards. It's a lot of hybrid guards. You see, obviously Ben Simmons was brought up. You got guys like Luka. You got guys like Jason Tatum, who apparently in the USA team picture is 7'1", apparently. But I don't know how.
They're like, this is photoshopped, right?
Yeah, everyone's like, yeah, this is photoshopped, right? He looks like he's 7 foot tall, and then you see other pictures of him.
Is he taller than
He's
Barron
tall as fuck. No, I don't know. That's that. You want to make $100 bet? You want to make $100 bet? Sorry, context for everybody out of our friend group. I made a $100 bet with our friend that Barron Trump would be 6'6" by the time he's 16. New York Post just posted an article confirming that he is 6'7". So
the bet was 6'4".
Oh, it was 6'4". Yeah, Kevin's
6'4".
an idiot. Kevin is an idiot.
Shattered it.
Dominated it. So
can I get just a quick backstory into that?
20 with a -15 or. Context on that.
He's talking about True Grit. What was that, Tom?
Oh, I'm just wondering if True Grit, what player he was talking about, because a 20 stat line with a -15.
Probably Hassan Whiteside.
It's like a career stat for him, dude.
Hell of a day. Oh fuck! But John, so you wanted context on the whole Barron Trump thing?
Because I just want to know how you guys in a bar were just like, that was
we can pull up
what had led up to like, no, he's definitely going to be like 6'4".
So I think
Kevin's
we
just
were
like, no.
we were in Sevilla, Spain. Weird flex, but we were in Spain on a vacation at a bar late night, and I think we were just talking about, this was when still Donald Trump was president. An article had come out that Barron Trump is like surging in height, and there was a picture that just came out of him next to his father. And Donald Trump is listed at like 6'1", I think, in the official presidency height or something.
I thought he was like 6'3", 6'4".
Maybe it is 6'3", 6'4". Yeah, and there was a picture of them. Yeah. There's a picture of them next to each other, and Barron was like a half step in front of him, and they were the same height. And so Kevin was like, "There's no way. Like, he's way far in front of him. The depth perception is way off. There's no chance he'll be 6'4" at 16."
6'3".
And he was like 13 at the time. He was super young, and I'm like, this kid has barely started growing. I was like, I'll bet you 6'6" by 16 or 6'4", whatever the bet was. That we have a video, we can show it in a future episode. So we made the bet. I shook his hand. I think Travis or Matt may have recorded the video, and the rest is history. It's been like a 3-year long running bet, and it finally paid off. My whole thing is I ended up actually paying about $4,000 to the New York Post to write the article, but you know what, it paid off, so it was worth it. It was more so about winning the bet than winning the money. You know,
it was a pretty suspicious headline. It says Barron Trump shows off his 6'7" frame. Yeah, really, it's just like a poor awkward teenager like walking outside with paparazzi, just like.
It's actually
just
Colby taking the picture, dude.
Yeah, it was all done by me. Oh, Trueget made a good point. I need you to be my manager. He said you needed a per-inch kicker on the bet. Oh, a $50 per.
Kevin would have never agreed to that.
Never. No. That's the thing.
It took him 4 years to pay up.
Yeah. And multiple articles. Like, we sent him other articles that were still confirming he was over 6'4", and he's like, nope, they didn't list his specific height. And I'm like, all right, dude, fine. And then New York Post,
we're taking pictures. We're measuring in in the picture all the different pictures, trying to prove it to him.
Yeah.
I literally sent a few
4
screenshots
years and a ton of gaslighting. I think he finally paid up. Yeah.
That is exactly what happened. Oh my god.
That coward he's not even here to defend himself either. What a coward.
I know, guy.
Absolute coward.
I wish he was.
Our biggest fan for like a
Kevin.
day.
Yeah. Hey, to Kevin, you know, hey.
To Kevin.
Hey, you bought my cocktail, Kevin. Thank you.
What a coward.
All right. Well, speaking of I guess world powers and presidents, I'm gonna pull a little curveball here. Bring it into Italy winning the Euro 2020 in a dramatic fashion in PKs. They beat England, who honestly has the worst fan base of any team, even the Utah Jazz, I want to say.
Way worse than America.
Whoa, wow.
Way worse than the Utah Jazz fans.
Oddly, both are my people. Weird.
Yeah, Matt, that checks out.
You got something to say? Yeah.
But yeah, it was a very interesting game. It was one goal in the first half, like right away.
Game.
Right away. And then another goal in like the 68th, 69th minute. Oh yeah? True Grit's getting you. What's he saying?
I hope both teams had fun.
I'm sure they had a good time until England lost, and then their fans started kicking the shit out of Italy fans as they exited the stadium.
Bro, like kids and stuff. Teenagers trying to run away.
And it gets way
grown-ass
fucking
adults.
worse. That's the nicest thing that happened after England lost, too.
Yes.
It gets way fucking
lots of racial stuff, lots of slurs being thrown around on Twitter. It was honestly disgusting.
The Prime Minister of England came out the night after they lost. He already was making a statement about how fucking people that are saying racist shit are the worst kind of people and should fucking die in a hole. I don't know. I don't know exactly what he said.
Was that a confirmed quote?
No, he said die in a hole. That was what
I'm reading Spivey's thing, and it brought me back to like Little League Soccer, where you actually at the end of the game get your snack in Capri Sun. And I just picture a bunch of professional soccer players sitting around just drinking Capri Suns at the end of a game.
I don't even care. We're going to round table anyway.
Yeah, exactly. I don't even care, guys. Get in the van. We're going.
Oh man,
that was it was a great game, though. I mean, like you said, England starts off hot, second minute, like literally second minute of the game, and they scored. England goes nuts. Oh, it's coming back. We can't lose. Yep. But the narrative is England cannot hold on to a lead. And so in the back of our minds, we think Italy's going to come back. And then they do. And then all the extra time. I mean, it was a great final. And then the fan base just had to shit all over a real beautiful moment. So
Sure Good said Beckham's mom brought gushers. Yeah, it was like you said, it was a good final. It was, I mean, England, when, like you said, when they get up, they just park the bus and they just sit back and they try and hold a 1-0 lead. And Italy has been electric all tournament, and they finally broke through, got the goal. And then, yeah, obviously a lot of the racial stuff came from the last three people that made the PKs on England, who were unfortunately all African American guys. That's why
there was
British
just
people,
racist in
but
England, though.
they totally are. And also, it comes down to a managerial decision as well, because the manager brought in Rashford, and I forget the other guy's name, but he's like an 18, 19-year-old kid. Brought both of them in at the very end of the second period of overtime, and essentially brought them in to kick PKs, and they missed. And so I think it's more so on the manager. I don't understand why the people that took the kicks are getting a lot of I don't know, backlash, because the manager took out the guy that scored the only goal for England. And it's I don't know. It was just kind of obviously a poor decision on his part, and then the fan base is now looking for victims, and they clearly chose the wrong path because they're terrible people. Way worse than Jazz fans. I just want to really reiterate that. Still hate Jazz fans. Still hate Jazz fans, but England, you've now taken the cake. Are they
worse than Cubs fans?
I was gonna say, we took this international too.
I
You've been
think they're
attacking
worse
states.
than
Now
Cubs
you're attacking
fans.
countries, Colby. That's some
I
big
think
dick
they're
energy.
worse than Cubs fans.
Yes.
They ruined one person's life specifically.
Comments.
So, I mean,
I don't know what you're talking about. Can you enlighten me?
Oh, Steve Bartman?
Yeah, Steve.
Oh, the guy that, yes, the guy with the
He
headphones
caught
that
a ball
caught the ball.
that went right
Yes.
into his lap.
Yes.
And everyone threw shit at him and ruined his life.
Moises Alou was going to catch that ball.
He was totally going to catch that ball.
Of course.
Was it in his
I like that years later, Moises Alou was like, I wasn't going to catch that ball.
Yeah, there was no way.
But my reaction said I was.
Yeah, exactly. He literally points at him. Hey,
He's
fuck
like,
this guy.
Come on. There's this.
Who
He's like
wouldn't,
sitting
though?
there with his
Who wouldn't
headphones
do
on,
that?
just
And-
wiping beer off his face. This is fine.
This is my life.
So I think sports in general just brings out the worst in people.
It does.
That and reality television.
And those are the two things that we feature here on our podcast. So if you enjoy both of those things and you want to be a degenerate, just come hang out with us.
Yeah.
So John, you brought up earlier that it was fight weekend. However,
it was fight weekend.
Tell me a little bit more about the weekend, and then tell me a lot about the fights, because I was at the musical, so I want to hear a lot from you.
Well, it was a good day, because prelims start at just about I think 3 or something like that. And Jess was getting off work, so she just came home with claws and Trulies in hand. Fight week.
Oh yeah,
it's fight night. Here we go. And so myself and our buddy Alex Satruk, he was chilling with us, and we were just watching all the undercard stuff, which was actually really entertaining. It was some pretty good undercard fights. But I was here for the main card. The main card was going to be a good one. The main card was going to be stacked. And it didn't disappoint. It was really actually okay, I'll put it this way. The first 3 fights were pretty solid. And then obviously we had the letdown of Poirier McGregor. That just didn't get to come to fruition. But I think everybody who was able to watch that fight, and I'll ask of all of us who did watch, we are all huge Tai Tuivasa fans, right?
Yeah.
Totally. Yeah.
Huge.
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah. Totally.
I think
Honestly, it didn't matter who was fighting
Greg
Greg Hardy. I would have been for them, but
Yes.
yeah.
Well, I had to tell the backstory to Jess. I had to tell her why, because as soon as they say, Greg Hardy, I was just like, oh yeah, fuck this guy, and then had to tell Jess the backstory. 2 counts, domestic violence, domestic assault. It's just like, yeah, no, he's a piece of shit. So to watch him get knocked out, and especially in that kind of fashion too, just absolutely stunned. And then the eye swells up instantly.
40 seconds?
It was actually
It was that fast. Fast.
It was 1:07 into round 1.
Wow.
It was instant.
Yeah, no, but heavyweight fights, that's what I love about it, because it has the potential to be exactly that. Real quick. All it takes is one. They all have knockout power. All it takes is one. But
Greg Hardy, dude.
just the big thing of him doing the shoeies all the way out. The hot sauce in the shoey. I don't know. We need to get that guy on like a watch list or something.
Deal with that,
What the
John. Did you hear anything about that? Was that like on purpose or?
It has to be, right? That guy snuck. So get this. He snuck hot sauce into an arena with the idea
Vegas, baby.
that Ty was gonna win and he was gonna like be able to give him a shoey. But then why in the beer? So he's done this before. I don't know.
He did not look like he expected. That was my question. Did Ty didn't know that was happening?
He spilled the beer on himself and was doing this, and you can see him. He goes like, "What the fuck?" He's like, "What was that?" The highlight is the dude waterfalling a beer into Ty's mouth as he was walking into the tunnel. The guy was like trying to toss him a beer, and he's like, "Just pour it." He sat there, and the guy just waterfalled a beer into his mouth. It was awesome.
That's
big Ty,
sick.
big Ty Tuivasa fan right here.
Yeah,
Greg Hardy got fucked up though, so all is good. Thank you, Zach. I agree.
Yeah.
100%.
Wasn't he a domestic violence thing?
Yeah, he was.
So what a great showing.
Like, we don't like him. Yeah.
Okay, at this point though, is he like an actual fighter that deserves these fights, or does Dana White think that
that's
like,
the one thing? Like separate the man from the talent. He was probably the best defensive player in the NFL at one point, and now he is definitely deserving of these fights. That is pretty hardcore.
He had a 2-fight win streak going into this. He had beat the fuck out of 2 people on UFC fight nights. He looked good. Again, like Matt said, he deserved to be where he was.
Yeah.
But he ran into my boy Ty.
He's a bad man in more than one sense.
Terrible person.
He's just I can't tell with your like voice what you mean by that.
He's being real cryptic.
He's a bad guy.
Yeah.
He's a bad man.
I do like how I like the quote at the end of Ty where he's just like he was he wanted to brawl with me. I'm the wrong fucking guy. Pick a different bloke.
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah.
And then he wants anybody in the top 15.
I want to watch that guy fight again for sure. I had no idea.
On everybody's radar.
That night, yep.
All right.
That was fun.
Good. All right.
And I do want to see McGregor Poirier round 4.
Again.
We have to.
We need
Can
one.
we talk about what happened after the fight?
No. What do you mean? Go for it. Yeah. Talk about it.
The fact that McGregor is literally fucking with a busted ass leg sitting on the ground, and I don't know if you guys heard everything I heard, but he said something about Poirier's wife and ejaculation.
He was talking about his wife before too.
I know, but
there was like a DM controversy, right? But it was like there was never he never showed the actual message. He just showed the like request to get into his DMs. She was probably just talking shit to him, and then he never accepted the message.
Dude, I just thought the whole time I was like, if I'm Dustin, I'm like, stand the fuck up then, dude. Oh, get up then. Okay. You want to keep talking shit, dude? All right, then let's keep fighting. Oh, wait. You broke your fucking leg, you piece of shit. Like, you son of a bitch.
Fucking old bones.
Talking shit, dude. It's like he's the guy that he's already on the ground and still talking shit, and then like in a real fight, he'd still be getting the shit kicked out of him while he's on the ground.
He lost 4 straight?
4 or 5.
I believe so.
3 or 4,
you know, like the first couple, he was a little bit more, I mean, maybe they have some more like deep-rooted personal beef, but he was more humble about it. But I think after losing 4 straight, he's like, he's getting a little crabby, a little tantrum.
Oh yeah, he's chasing the
in this
bag.
Fashion too, though. Imagine.
And this, I mean, that sucks. It's non-contact. Yeah.
The first
round
he was
gonna lose.
The first round was a great first round, though.
He was
like
he was gonna lose.
Did you guys see what Khabib said?
You think McGregor loses that fight?
Yeah.
Oh, totally. I think so too.
He was getting beat up.
Yeah. Khabib had said.
I mean, he did. He was all bloody. He was on the ground for a long time. He got up, and that's when it was like, okay, oh shit, and then he snapped his leg.
I mean, Poirier got the takedown. McGregor was the only one to get a submission attempt out of it.
Yeah.
Put him in a guillotine. Dustin slipped it, which was good, but Conor was able to go back to it. He just couldn't lock it in. It was a good first round.
Great first round. I was just so looking excited.
At who seemed more fatigued and who had more blood on their face.
No, damage is a thing.
Yeah, it seemed like Conor was getting
damage.
I'm not going to say he was getting his ass kicked, but I don't think he was going to win.
I thought it was a great first round. It was the best 5 minutes of the night to me, for sure. It was fun. It
it all alludes to exactly what we all want, which is just we all want to see it again, run it back so that we can watch that first round happened. And then, like you said, I think in a title fight, Dustin would have it. Because he devoted his fucking life to this. Conor went out and did all these business deals. Dustin is a fucking fighter. He's still hungry. Yeah. This is what makes him who he is. But Conor has proper 12.
He's the greatest promoter in UFC history for sure.
Yeah, is he bigger than the UFC? That's what everyone's talking about.
Yeah, of course.
Bigger than the UFC.
That's why he did the fight with Mayweather, right? He can branch outside of the UFC and do other stuff. And I think he's now, as Matt is kind of saying, getting into the like Mayweather and like Pacquiao territory where they're just promoters and they're like, yeah, I'm 48 years old, but I'm still going to fight because I can make $150 million on one fight, and it's insane by all the promotions, by the fight ticket cost, everything.
I was going to ask you guys there was one other person. I was having this discussion with somebody about UFC fighters that are bigger than the sport. Who's one other person you can think of that is a UFC fighter that's like bigger than the sport? When you think about the sport and then people that have like grown past it, who else? There was one other name I thought.
I don't know if he's bigger, but maybe like Bones Jones.
Kimbo. Yeah, True gets a Kimbo.
Kimbo slice,
dude. R.I.P.
Rest in peace, seriously.
Maybe not bigger, but John Jones. Like, when's he gonna fight again?
But also, what do you know John Jones for besides UFC?
That's what I'm saying. The person I'm thinking of.
Oh, you mean like someone that transcends their sport?
I would say Brandon
like McGregor has.
Brandon Schaub, who does podcasts. He's now a stand-up comedian. He was not a great fighter, but he was on The Ultimate Fighter. Brock Lesnar, Spivey. Spivey makes a good one. Brock Lesnar. But he also he built a career before UFC.
Oh, like in all time?
Just in general.
Yeah, all time. All time.
Out of UFC. Who is bigger than the sport now?
Liddell was pretty big.
Ronda Rousey. That's the one. All right, good. All right.
I was thinking of. Yeah.
But she
got all this other shit going on.
But she did reverse Brock Lesnar and went from UFC to WWE, whereas Lesnar went WWE into UFC, and then now back to WWE.
Yeah, I guess he did fight UFC. I don't really think of Lesnar as a UFC guy though.
Wait, wasn't Lesnar a UFC fighter first?
He was huge for a while.
I thought he was.
I think of him as a wrestler still.
Yeah.
Like first.
Even when I see him in the ring, he looks like a wrestler. He's like he's just too
he's
too big. He's a monster. And that's the thing too. It's like can't we see like what his history of using performance enhancing drugs is, and maybe not allow him to fight in UFC, but
no, let him fight.
I guess so. It's like the aluminum bats, just juice him up, let him fight. Gladiator fighting league.
Another last point. I for some reason listened to the right podcast to get way too into the UFC fights the last couple days. But another very interesting point is how UFC fighters are grossly underpaid, and Dana White may be kind of fucking over his own fighters, but they're afraid to come out and say anything about it.
That story comes out once every like 2 years.
So they say NBA is 50-50 split, owners and players, right? Fighters is 15% fighters.
Wow.
Of the total revenue generated.
Is that an average?
No health coverage, no like supporting the X fighters, none of that, dude.
Yeah, that's fucked. They're probably gonna have to unionize
fund or whatever. None of that. Like
they might have like kind of like a players association. They might come up with like a fighters association.
I think they're all afraid to unionize in any way or like to try and make a change because they know that he'll just
fighting's
pull him off the card.
Yeah, fighting's a weird sport to try and tinker with.
Yeah, I think Spivey makes a good point. Unless you're a top dude, like McGregor he's probably pulling in. Maybe
but that's
even
not from
more.
the UFC. That's his promotions, right? It's like all the money he makes outside of fighting.
Maybe
weird to fight in the same rink that is also like repping your brand. Like the proper 12 flyers were all over in the ring too. It's crazy.
Yep.
I think he's because you could look at who was the first fight. First fight was a dude from like Kazakhstan and a guy
rat out there, dude. That's what I didn't watch the first fight, but when you just said that, I just thought
very
good.
He was from Kazakhstan and he was fighting an American guy, and he had a great fight. He got a standing guillotine, and it was in the first round. It was a great fight, but they were making point of like They really want that fight of the night bonus check, which is $75,000 if you win fight of the night. And all those undercard dudes, they are all hoping for that because they don't get paid anything. It's nothing. It's all exposure. That's all they get. You have that one flash in the pan, 3 rounds, 5 minutes. You got to make it count. You got to have longevity, and then you can start to get those big fights. But
that
shit's tough.
Career-ending injury during that exposure fight. Like, that's the fucked up part. Is they're like, we have to do these fights, but it's like it's a fight. You can fucking this is a very violent sport, and you have to go out there and gut it out and win a fucking match to get it.
Case in point is going to be the first fight that we saw on the main card, which is Sean O'Malley, Chris Marino, which Chris Marino was literally called 10 days prior to fight on that fight card.
That's crazy.
And he was like, yeah, I'll do it. And he comes in and, dude, I don't know if you guys remember that fight specifically, but that guy ate punches. He ate everything. That guy would walk in with his fists up and just get bounced, and he would just keep coming forward. And Sean didn't have any idea how to. I mean, he was so technically sound, and obviously the fight was his, but it was just like that dude was an absolute zombie, and that's going to get you far because then he's going to be like, okay, so you can't fight Sean O'Malley, literally one of our best. I think he's a lightweight, literally one of our best lightweights right now. So let's get you on somebody who's maybe right outside the top 15. Let's see where you're at. So the kid gets a chance now because he went in there and made an impact. He was, they get these flash of the pan moments, man. It's crazy. It's a crazy sport. I love the shit out of it.
I'm way more into it, John. You and me can talk about it more because I got way more invested after.
Bro, I love
you listen to a couple podcasts and you're now all in on UFC, dude.
No, I just listened to some Exactly. No, I learned about all the trouble they have to go through and how it's a weird sport, and they're all such interesting people that are going out there and doing this really dangerous fucking thing every day for entertainment and glory and hopefully money one day.
I was gonna say some come from nothing stories starts with listen to some UFC stories. Those especially dudes from Brazil, dudes from Russia, it's crazy stories. Well, absolutely crazy.
And I'm sure that is exactly why Dana White does what he does with not paying people, because there will always be somebody there. Bro. You can get rid of the biggest guy in the UFC, then there's always gonna be another guy that's just as hungry, trying to prove his worth and trying to build his brand. And that's why it sucks. I'm not trying to defend Dana White, but I can clearly understand why he does it, because if there's so many people trying to make it, and now I would even argue that UFC kind of got big when I assume we were kind of in high school, mid 2000s is when it really blew up. We're now starting to see people and kids coming up that have had UFC training their entire life that are going to be elite athletes in the sport. And so Dana White is just sitting and waiting for them to come in, take advantage of them, make his buck, and go. So
real quick, I do want to True Grit just brought up something really, really prevalent, especially right now, is that even higher ticket fighters right now in the UFC, look at all these dudes who are going out and just making exhibition fights and paying them hundreds of millions of dollars just because they have the money to. All these different little boxing organizations that are popping up right now. It's crazy. I don't know. I feel like that would then motivate the UFC to try and get some kind of deal going so that their fighters aren't all just leaving. Because while I do agree that there is a next guy that's gonna be hungry, you do have to build that lore. Fighting is a lot about lore, and so these guys like John Jones, Conor McGregor, even of old, the Daniel Cormier. Oh my God, I'm gonna butcher his name. Cormier.
Anderson Silva.
Yeah.
All these dudes. Exactly. It takes time to build that lore.
Yep.
So I would, if I'm Dana White, I want to keep my guys here and I want to keep my guys happy, especially in the age where Jake Paul could just be like, hey, dude, come fight me for, all this money.
Yep.
I don't know. It's a very interesting time for the fight game.
And that's a different story though, because when I watch Poirier and McGregor, I want to see a good fight, but we all know when Jake Paul fights what everybody is tuning in to hopefully see him
Right.
get his ass kicked. It's
Right.
a little bit different.
Exactly.
Bring that up. Yeah,
Exactly.
It's more of like a gimmick fight, but it still does make a lot of money.
Exactly.
Still
and it
got
pays
Ben
more for
Askren,
these fighters.
gold medalist athlete,
Yeah.
or an Olympic
No doubt.
athlete.
No
I'm
doubt.
Sorry.
There's
That's-
also
I'm just saying
I
it.
do think you tune in for different reasons.
Oh, of course. No,
Totally.
you're right. You're totally right.
Yeah.
But that's still dollars is dollars, though.
Yeah, for sure.
That's the green
Eyeballs
is going
is
to be green.
eyeballs.
Eyeballs is eyeballs. That's
the thing too is there's an entire fan base that we are nowhere near in tune with that is actually rooting for Jake Paul.
Mhm.
And there are probably millions of teenagers that want him to win and kick people's ass, and those like we're overlooking that entirely as well. And that is like Jake Paul and Logan Paul built their brand, then got into fighting, whereas a lot of these guys in the UFC are having to build their brand via fighting, and that's a way harder route to go. I mean, you
Right,
could
definitely.
post a couple TikTok dances, get famous, and then be like, oh, I'm gonna fight this rival TikTok guy because he stole my dance, and that will get millions of purchases on pay-per-view.
So hot right now.
I'd still pay to see Derek Carr fight Max Kellerman.
Oh
We
my
can make
God.
that happen.
Sign me up. Let's go. Matt, we need you on fight cards, dude.
Come on,
We need you to
DC.
get these going.
Let's go.
Hell yeah.
Hey, maybe we'll get it at the podcast
Or
Olympics
maybe
later
Tom
this year.
Brady. Maybe.
Or Tom Brady. Yeah,
If
Carr versus
Derek
Brady.
Carr is indeed the motherfucker, then he has to fight Tom Brady.
He's got to fight. He said he would. He said he would.
He absolutely said he would. Well, hey, that
I'd
was
never
actually
call Derek Carr a pussy.
that was like a surprisingly philosophical debate about UFC fighting, which
Good job.
hey, well done. I'm gonna golf
Good
clap.
job.
Wait, well done, boys. Well done. So
We
now
we got lost in it. We didn't even see the follow from
oh yeah.
Bay, you know me.
Need more Nate Robinson cards. Agreed.
Suspay, you know me. Appreciate the follow. Appreciate the follow. We do need more Nate Robinson cards. That would be pretty hilarious, honestly.
He should fight like Earl Boykins or Muggsy.
Oh,
Matt,
yes.
What did I say?
Yes.
Say, I need you on these cards,
Let's
Matt.
go.
Come on.
Gotta
Or-
figure it out.
My
Kevin
God.
Hart. Kevin Hart, Nate
Ooh.
Robinson.
Dude,
Kevin Hart's jacked.
Kevin Hart would fight.
Training, dude.
Bull
Kevin
balls,
Hart's
that-
He doesn't fight.
jacked. Everything. every time I see
Self-proclaimed
him.
does not fight.
Hey, True Grit was pulled this
Fair.
out of my head. Just have him fight Bull Ball, dude. Bull Ball versus Nate Robinson, dude.
Peter Dinklage.
I want to see Bull fight Peter
That-
Dinklage. That's what
We
I
all
want.
saw Peter Dinklage in Elf. He's feisty.
He is. Now we're getting into like rough and
He's
rowdy
nice.
territory
Yeah,
at this
yeah.
point. This is like rough and rowdy shit. All right. Well, I'm gonna segue here to literally a sport that is on the complete opposite side of UFC. Did anybody watch Djokovic win his 20th major, which winning Wimbledon, which now ties him with Nadal and Federer for 20th
Mhm.
of all time?
Didn't watch.
I did not.
Still impressive though.
Still impressive.
Mhm.
Very
Definitely.
impressive. Matt, did you watch? It sounded like you said
I
you
did not
watched.
watch it. No, I knew it
Okay.
happened.
He
Super impressive.
unnecessarily
And he's
shouldn't
like the
have.
unsung hero between the three of them.
He is, and that's now the conversation is like who's the GOAT of tennis, and obviously
Right.
it's like
It's gonna be him.
the narrative is that Federer is the grass goat, Nadal's the clay goat, but then Djokovic just wins anywhere.
Hold on. We gotta pause the podcast.
Oh
This
God!
new guy who just described Bill Cosby versus Martha Stewart.
Oh my God.
I have a hint of who
Man, I'm
I
in.
think I may know who this guy is, but we're just gonna roll with it. Bill Cosby versus Martha Stewart would be electric. because Martha Stewart has the age advantage. Cosby
Yeah,
probably
that's
just
true.
sat in a jail cell. He's fat. He's out of shape.
She probably has the
No,
reach at this
he's
point.
got jail strength, dude. What are you talking about? He's been in jail.
No, he was
stronger.
probably in like a jail suite. He probably had like a flat screen TV. He had a couch. He was
true.
probably in a very nice room. Let's be honest.
And I think Snoop Dogg should be the referee.
Solitary.
That's my
Ooh,
vote.
Snoop Dogg the
Listen,
ref.
Snoop as the referee would be
solitary.
awesome.
I guess yeah. True Grit said he's hitting those yard weights. He could be. He could be.
dude. Dude.
Did you guys see him when he was like walking out? Like
Yeah.
made like a weird like Cosby
Yeah, he did like
face.
that.
It's like what the fuck are you doing,
Gotta
dude?
rebuild that brand, dude. You gotta
That was
start
weird.
somewhere.
That was weird.
It was ridiculous, man. Like, are you serious? Like, read the room, Cosby. Come on.
He's getting out, baby. Whatever. He's doing his thing. Jesus
Oh, Spy
Christ.
made a Spy. I'm gonna call you Spy. I don't know if that's how it's pronounced, but Spy made a good point. Both have done jail time, so they both know how to fight
Yeah.
dirty.
I think Martha Stewart Shiv will look fantastic.
It will be, yeah. It'll be like bedazzled, made of like natural vines. Cosby's will just
Bill's-
be made out of like it'll be like a pressed pill shiv.
I was gonna say he's just trying to make Martha drink something beforehand.
Yeah,
Gotcha, some water.
exactly. Yeah. All right. Well, one last thing that we're gonna do so I just want to say, FYI, everybody, I'm gonna be on vacation.
Disclaimer.
Yeah,
Explain it, Colby. What's going on?
Disclaimer: I'm gonna be out of town next week. So we are gonna be taking the week off since I'm kind of the hub center for streaming and all that shit. So we're gonna take a week
Colby's
off.
fault.
It is my fault. It's all my fault. I'm gonna be in Cancun getting a bunch of sun, so I'll probably be even redder than I am now when you see me 2 weeks from now.
That's hot.
But
Sunscreen's your friend.
Yeah, I know it is.
I'm
really
going through the
is.
peeling process right now.
Oh,
with
shit.
Full 4th of July, just absolute torching. So
Hey,
sunscreen, my guy.
we're all going through the summer
July
scaries, dude.
27th. Let's make sure we say the date.
There
July
we go.
27th. We're doing it Tuesday at 8 p.m. again. We like this time. It seems like we get more consistent viewers. We'd love to hear feedback. You guys never give us feedback when we ask.
Yeah,
But
please do.
you're here, so we love and appreciate you. Also,
Dude.
Georgia, you are now rivaling California for listens on the podcast.
Let's go,
You guys are
Georgia.
wonderful.
Run
If
it
you
up.
want to reach out at all and let us know who you are, like I said, we'll tailor the entire podcast to you.
Georgia guys, tell your friends we're here. Hey, if you want to spread us in the South, even though we talk shit about Donald Trump and his child, fuck it, spread it around the South. Let's see what happens.
See what happens.
So
We just called him tall. It's no big deal.
that's true.
Tall.
Honestly,
Tall
get
man.
him in a basketball court. Get him away from the hotel.
Yeah.
Trump is 6'3". I didn't realize that. I didn't know that I brought that up. Or I
It's
don't
because
think I
he
brought
wears
that
the
up
big
right.
suits. It kind of makes him look a little bit more.
Is that when he's hunched back or just normal?
That's what I was gonna ask. Tom,
When he's like
but-
bending forward from
He's
the
got a,
he's
he's got a
yeah.
real hunchback of Notre Dame thing going sometimes.
Very, very
Craven,
true.
you know?
A True Grit made a good point. I am going to match this Giants shirt when I'm back. I'm actually more red, I think, than my Giants shirt right now. However, so we've made a commitment to, from 2 weeks from now, Space Jam 2, or what is it? Space Jam: The New Legacy will be out.
I
Oh,
love
Tom.
True
All right,
Grit.
Tom. What do we got? Let's see.
True Grit is killing it tonight.
If kid gets hips like his dad, he's going to be knocking bodies in the paint.
Dude, True Grit's
Let's
killing
go. Hey, shout out True Grit. I love you, dude. I miss you. I want to hang out with you soon. But
Baron Trump's going to go against Djokovic in the paint, dude.
dude, hey, Baron
yeah.
Trump, Bull cage match, 5 rounds. Let's get it on the card with Martha. It'll be the prelim to Martha and Bill. All right, so back to housekeeping stuff. We're going to be out next week. We'll be back July 28th, you said? 27th, Tuesday, 27th, 8 p.m. right here on Twitch, on YouTube. Obviously, okay, I'm gonna explain this and I'll do all the plugs. So Space Jam will be out. We're all gonna watch it. We might do a viewing party together, probably not on stream, but we might all watch it together, take our notes, and we're gonna do a full Space Jam review next week. We encourage you all to watch it with us. Give your takes in the chat. Let us know what you thought of LeBron's acting performance. Probably not gonna be great.
I'm
so-
expecting it to be so bad. That's why
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
excited to watch some trash.
It's
you
gonna
know?
be
some
horrible.
trash, man.
It's gonna be
Give me the
so
garbage.
I keep-
Garbage,
I
dude.
keep seeing this like promoted tweet that's like Zendaya is Lola Bunny, and then they
I
show
know,
clips
poor
of her.
Zendaya.
And they show clips of her, and she's a horrible voice actress. She's an incredible actress. I love Euphoria. She's incredible, but she's not good at Lola Bunny. We'll see when the movie comes out. We want to hear your opinions, so watch the movie. Come back on July 27th. We'll be here to review it. And as I mentioned, we're going to be here on Twitch. We're going to be on YouTube. Give us a follow on Instagram. Give us a follow on Twitter if you haven't already. It's all AGAT Podcast. It's going to be fun. We're going to be probably, maybe even, I might live tweet it, to be honest. Let's see.
I'll be talking about it on the Instagram. We'll be bringing it up. It comes
Yeah.
out this Friday on. I will definitely watch it on HBO Max. And no, I won't
Yeah.
give you my login if you don't already have it.
But we would love to get one from you if you're willing to give us one.
Yeah, just in case.
Yeah.
The-
Exactly. And then also throw a Peacock login in there. But I'm pretty
Really,
sure
if
it's
like
free.
I don't care what login it is, it could be Peacock, it could be Brazzers, whatever you got, and we might use it. And we'll shout you out if we do.
with no labels. We'll
With
say thanks for the
nothing
Peacock.
specific. Boys, before we wrap up, since we're gonna be on break for about a week,
Yes.
is there anything that you're looking forward to that you might want to? I mean, I know we haven't done, buy low, sell high in a while, but is there anything you're looking
True.
forward to? Anything that you're not looking forward to in the next week while we take a break just to fill that gap.
That A
Oh,
gap.
That
that
A
gap.
gap.
Hey, I like that. I
Work.
like that. I like that.
Yeah.
Obviously, I think finals will probably be wrapping up around the time that we'll be coming back.
We
So
should
let-
have if it goes to game 7, it's like they spread, like I talked about in the last
It's so
podcast,
far spread.
so spread out. So game 4 tomorrow, game 5 on Saturday on the 17th, and then it's like Tuesday. It'll be about 4 days after game 7 if it goes to game 7. So I'm excited for that, 100%.
Hell yeah. I'm excited for a little bit of British Open. I'm a sucker for some golf. Love watching some golf. I'm going to be playing a lot of golf on vacation, so I'm sure I'll be catching the Open and everything in passing while I'm grabbing a beer at the turn. True Grit is saying the Olympics start on the 26th.
Ooh,
Fuck
hell
yeah. So we'll be right on the Olympics. So we'll
Hell
be
yeah.
day one. We should just do...
We'll be back.
Should we do some... Should we maybe do some, like, Olympics overreactions after the first day?
Sure.
All right.
100%.
All right, put it on the slate. Put it in the homework docket, boys. Spivey saying Bucks and 6. I love
Bucks
it.
and
I
six.
like it.
I love it.
I like it.
So we're buying high on the NBA Finals right now.
I think
I'm
that's
gonna-
it. What
I'm
do
gonna
you?
buy
I'm
high.
gonna be listening
they-
to a lot of Yanni because my favorite player in the NBA currently is Giannis.
Yanni.
Yeah.
So it turns out Olympics are starting on the 23rd. Thank you, True Grit, for the correction. Matt, is there anything you're looking forward to since you brought it up?
Oh,
We got a few.
something else I'm looking forward to.
Go ahead.
The 23rd, July
The
23rd.
Olympics.
What's
The
happening
Olympics.
then, John? What's happening then, John? Because I
Little
requested
plug.
time off and I got some fucking tickets I paid for
Whoa.
that night.
I was gonna say this month on the 23rd, if you are in the Sacramento area, you can come out and catch us, your boys in Bad Mother Nature. We got our first show back, album release party.
go.
We're gonna fucking tear the house down. It's gonna be a
Let's
good
go.
ass time. Tickets still available. But yeah, it's gonna be sick. It's gonna be a good ass time. Bad Mother Nature on all socials. You can find the link to the tickets there.
And if you don't give them a follow, you're a bad friend.
You're
Horrible
a bad friend.
person.
Don't
Remember
be
that.
that friend.
Don't be that guy or girl.
Yeah, don't be the
Or
only
girl.
person not listening
Or
to Bad Mother
person.
Or
Nature.
however you like to
Or
be called.
person. Exactly.
They, them.
So I'm gonna buy high on Bad Mother Nature for sure. I'm gonna buy high on the
Yes.
finals.
Ooh.
I'm gonna buy low on edge play because Richard Branson went to the edge of the earth. And I'm gonna sell high on the earth because there's apparently, according to TikTok, there's time travelers that are saying that aliens are coming, and I think May 24th of next year. So be on the lookout for that. Earmark that in your calendar as the day that we all maybe die. So I'm gonna sell high on
Internet
earth.
said it, so we know it's true, right?
Internet said it. And I'm also gonna sell. I don't know. I don't even know if it's gonna be a sell high or sell low, but Kraft turned its macaroni cheese into ice cream. I don't know if anybody's interested in that, but I think I'm good on that. What are you guys' thoughts on that?
Jesus.
I am curious.
Jesus,
I'm
okay.
curious enough to try it because it's mac and cheese is creamy already, right? It's a creamy substance. It's something that just kind of melts in your mouth, just like ice cream. So why can't I get a little bit of savory cream in my life? You know, a little bit of hot, frothy, savory cream. That's all I'm looking for.
It wouldn't be hot.
I'm not
It'll be
excited.
hot in my mouth. It'll be hot in my mouth.
How?
That's all I wanted. I'm good now. I got that clip.
Yeah, explain. Walk me through that.
Clip it and ship it,
Clip
boys.
it, ship
Clip
it,
and
send
ship
it, baby. Hey, we're gonna be
How
gone
hot
for
is
2
it?
weeks. We need some clips. We need some content, boys.
I'm not down. I'm an ice cream lover. I would maybe try it if it was
It
put
just
in front
sounds
of me.
like
but
all the fucking potato chips that are like fucking like all the random shit you see that Lay's is trying.
Have you ever had Sweetos? The like sweet Cheetos? They're like cinnamon sugar Cheetos. They're fucking incredible. Try them.
I don't have a sweet tooth. I'm
John,
like
you
churros.
turned us on to the sweet Chex Mix. The honey,
Jess
like
did?
the honey
Busted.
Chex Mix. Yeah, dude. Little
Not my
sweet,
Chex
little
Mix.
There's
savory.
two?
That's not your
Jess-
Chex Mix?
No, Jess eats that one. I eat the other one. She gets me like the bold flavor ones and stuff like
Okay.
that. But she likes the sweet. And
John
hey.
gets fucking whole grain check mix while Jessica gets
no,
the sugar one.
no, I enjoy flavors. I enjoy the bold and the cheddar and all the other ones, but the sweet.
bold and the cheddar.
Oh, wait. But yeah, actually, low key though, the sweet mixed Chex Mix is actually pretty
See,
good.
I thought you were going full on like not my president, like not my Chex Mix, no sweet Chex Mix, not my Chex Mix.
No. No, I guess miss me with ice cream, but I will take the Chex Mix, please.
All right.
Man, I see your face. Yeah, I'm not a sweet man. I'm not a sweet man.
I'm not a sweet man.
No.
All right, so once the
That's
Olympics
okay.
start,
Are you more savory, John?
Oh,
What's that?
Are you more savory than sweet?
Oh, most certainly, sir.
I like them combined.
Tom,
Mix all that
get
shit
with
up.
me after this show, dude. Let's talk after the show.
Oh, we get savory and sweet after the show. You know what I'm saying?
First, they're sour.
All right, so
And they're
chat.
sweet.
They're sweet.
All right, chat's looking for some steeplechase hot takes and some speed walking. So we're gonna be tuned in. Honestly, Olympics. I have the Olympic channel. I'm gonna just record all that
Same.
shit. I love the Olympics, even though Japan really does not want them to be around. But I want them to be around, so I'm gonna be a very selfish American and just salute my flag as we win medals all.
Absolutely. Can
2
I ask a
weeks
quick
long.
question to the chat? Can I ask
Of course, you may.
Chat, what should we wear? Every week we decide a different uniform, and we're starting to run low. Everyone that's in the live stream right now, what's something we all can wear as our uniform?
So
in 2 weeks?
you just gave up kind of the Easter egg for the pod. So if you guys
I
go
think they
back,
fucking understand.
maybe.
Yeah,
I guess
they
obviously the
watched
Giants
more
is a
than
little
three.
the Giants is a little aggressive, right? Furry costume, okay.
Oh my God.
Veto. I'm gonna
Next.
veto. Yeah.
Next.
Seahawks
Seahawks,
gear.
oh.
Veto.
Get him out!
Veto.
Get him out!
Veto.
Next.
God, Chad,
Come
come
on,
on,
don't
Backfiring completely.
I was gonna say don't say lingerie or something like that, but I'd rather do that than Seahawks.
Where's
That is,
Seahawks?
yeah.
I will wear
Something-
lingerie.
something
I'd look
I
better
will
in
wear
a
a
bra
sports
than a
bra.
fucking DK
Yeah.
Metcalf jersey.
Yes.
believe
I
me.
would look great in a dress. Are you
Tube
kidding?
tops. That
Color,
might not be a
whatever.
bad
Let's go.
idea. Like a little like
Ooh, that's hot.
show
there.
off a little
Okay.
collarbone, a little clavicle. I'm
Yeah,
down for
So
that.
Are
supportive.
we trying to take the A gap over into hot tub streams? Is that what we're trying to do here?
I'm down.
Bridge the old
I'm
gap
down.
here, and okay, all
I
right.
bought a kiddie pool.
Okay.
I can figure out the webcam in here.
Cut off
Yeah,
and
but
jorts. That we can do. That we could
Bro.
absolutely do.
Cutoffs and jorts.
The jorts. The thing with the jorts though is you never see them unless if we stood up and just slapped the inside of our thighs as soon as we started.
Legs up.
Yeah, if we did, it would be actually kind of hilarious. We just start the podcast with like a classic 3, 2, 1. We all just slap our thigh real quick to sync up the
And
audio.
that's the thumbnail we put on YouTube. It's just all of us slapping thighs.
It is about the implication. It's always about the implication.
I honestly cutoffs and jorts.
Cut off and jorts would be a good return back after
Great
3
idea.
weeks.
I
I'm
like
super down. I gotta go buy some jeans, just cut the shit out of them, or find some old ones. But I
Got
already
some.
have a good
Figure
cutoff
it
that
out.
I wore for.
Do
like
they have to be? Do I have
America
to cut them
theme.
Daisy Duke style, or can they just be like? You know,
I mean,
Oh,
they,
yeah.
Oh yeah.
At
Yeah.
least-
yeah.
yeah.
Thanks, man.
at
Okay.
least
Bring your
5
country back.
5 to 6 inches above the knee, at least.
If I'm like a high school student and I wouldn't be allowed into class, they're so short. Is that the length I have to?
Yeah,
have?
if you stand
You know,
arms at your sides,
There-
and
there we go.
fingertips, yeah,
talking
fingertips
some
are
fours.
below. They need to be
it's
above.
got to be higher.
At least 2 knuckles above your fingertips if you're straight down.
I'm thinking we're talking 4s or 5s. You know, somewhere around there. 4s or 5s. You know.
Dodgers? No,
Good
get this
length.
guy
Dodgers,
out
but-
of here. Is it this seems like Spivey number 2. Get this guy out of
That's an
here.
alt
Spivey
account.
number 2.
It's an
Hey, shout out Spivey
Hey.
number 2. You guys make an incredible podcast.
Yep.
I know we've been plugging random shit.
listen to
Go
'em.
listen to Spivey Special. They're hilarious. They've got well over 100 episodes. They're crushing it. Go listen to them. They're hilarious. Let's
Definitely.
see. Pockets hanging out of the
Mrs.
jorts. I'm
Spivey.
down. Front and back. Hanging out.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Mrs. Spivey. Well, Mrs. Spivey,
Mhm.
we appreciate you allowing your other side to spend so much time with us every Tuesday night. So we appreciate it.
Thank you.
And also, Chris Taylor also blew it tonight, just like every other National League player. So
Yeah.
enjoy that.
And just like he blows the rest of the Dodgers, you know, that's how it goes.
Oh,
So
That's
with
his
that,
Thanks for
All right.
coming, though.
Yeah,
Thanks for
thank
coming.
you guys so much for hanging out with us. As always, we love having a good time with you guys. Thanks for being here. Once again, I'm going to reiterate. I said this like an hour ago, I feel like. Follow us on everything: Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube. Subscribe, hit the bells, hit the follows. Share it with your buddies. We're on Spotify. Yep, we do. Yes, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. We're everywhere. True Grit.
Wait,
Spivey.
there's one more thing.
Tom has a secret special surprise. Oh, that's right.
Shit.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have official A Gap Podcast shirts in the building.
Let's go.
That is right. The merch store is not open yet.
Not open yet.
You
can't have them yet. However,
they're coming though.
They are coming. They're coming. So
and when we come back in 2 weeks, the plan is to have the merch store a little more hammered out. But
Absolutely.
This is our first initial test run. So.
that is the reveal. We have 2 weeks to figure it out. Time to put some people to work.
And I guess Colby's not one of them.
I'm not. No, dude, I make the logo. I get out and I press record. That's it.
Believe
That's
me, he's got some strong opinions on any graphical decision.
Yes,
podcast,
yes, I do.
Got to run it all by him.
Pretty much make all of them.
It's the reason we look so good.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, that's the plan. As long as we get the URLs right, we're fine. That's a little inside joke. All right, thank you guys. I'm going to sign off for the 4th time. Appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful 2 weeks without us. We'll be back with Olympics. We'll be back with Space Jam. We're going to be back with a lot. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you Tuesday after